Hello, it's Sunday and guess who's scoping? Yes, it's LaShaunda Hoffman, and I decided to do a little motivational scope today. So I'm happy to have you here, and if you're listening to this on replay, I just want to say thank you for stopping in and listening in. Hello. I am getting ready to go to bed in a little bit. It's kind of, well, it's not that late. It's like 10:20 here. Hi, LA. Welcome. I'm doing a Sunday motivation. I wanted to share what I went through last week. It was kind of crazy. I'm working on my first book. Well, my first published book. Hey, how you doing today? I'm so excited about this book and scared. And yeah, the cookies on the counter can get to you. I was told today to stop buying these certain type of cookies for my husband. He's like, we don't need to be eating that. Actually, he don't need to be eating that. That's what he's trying to tell me. I want to talk about what's stopping you from finishing your projects. So I had 3 projects on the plate last week that I needed to be working on, and I am the queen of, welcome, queen of procrastination. I'm gonna do it. That's used to be my saying. I've been trying to throw that saying away. For the last 2 years I've been doing pretty good, but every now and then I go back to I'm gonna. And I now know that I'm gonna is just another word for fear. And so I'm trying to eliminate both of those words from my vocabulary, but it's hard. And so I wanted to let you know that you can get through it even when you think you can't. And so I want to talk about what I went through last week. Last week, I decided that I was going to read I had ordered my proof of my book. Hello, welcome. I'm LaShaunda Hoffman. I guess I should tell you a little bit about me, huh? I'm LaShaunda Hoffman. I am the publisher of Shades of Romance magazine. We have been online for 15 years. Welcome. And we promote all multicultural books, fiction, literature, non-fiction, anything that happens to be about books. That's what we do. And this week, as a matter of fact, one of my projects was to put that book up, to put the summer edition online, and hallelujah, it got online. It drove me. Okay, it always drives me, because when you're doing something and you're putting it on another software, you got to make sure everything is right, and then the fonts are right and everything. It just drives you crazy. But that was a project that I had last week that was driving me crazy. And then I had the project of reading the proof of my book. So I had the book, and I kept telling myself I was going to read it. So Monday came. I said, oh, I'm going to go home Monday. I'm going to read it. Right. So Tuesday came. I said the same thing. Oh, I'm going to read it when I get home. I did all other kind of stuff. Procrastinator. And come Wednesday, I had other things. I started working on the magazine. I got the magazine all laid out, fitted to the editor so she could check it out, and finished that project. Yes, and then I thought of other things to do instead of reading the proof. And then come by Friday, I was like, it hit me as I was driving to work. I said, you know what? You're procrastinating. You're not trying to read this book. And you know why? Because you're scared. You're scared that they're not going to like this book. You're scared nobody is going to buy it. You're scared. Yes. You're scared. Yeah. You're scared that it's just going to sit on the shelf, and that you wasted your time, and that you don't know what you're talking about. That was me talking to me. Wrong. Then the other LaShaunda came on, and she said, this is a book. You have finished this book, girl. You finished it. Today is the day. We're going to read this proof. So when I got off of work, I came home. I decided to, I got dinner. I bought some fried rice, so I didn't have to cook, and I didn't have an excuse again because I was still procrastinating. I sat down in the chair, and I started reading. Halfway through, I was like, all right, this is pretty good. It's not too bad. No, I found a couple of errors. And my daughter's coming in here running her mouth. while I'm trying to type. And so I had a few errors. Hello, welcome. I'm sharing my experience of not completing projects. And so I sat there and I refused to finish. And so around about 1:30, I completed it. I got up, put on my Hall & Oates because I'm a Hall & Oates fan. And got my dance on. Yes, I did it. I finished it. And then I said, I am not going to bed until I hit send. So what I do? I wrote up, because my editor, she has her little paper she wants you to write out. So I wrote that up and hit send. I was very proud of myself because I finished it. I sent it off and sent it to her. And then today I looked at my email and she has sent it back. So it starts all over tomorrow. But it's okay, because this time I get to upload it versus me going through it. I'm uploading it to Creative Space, so pray for me tomorrow that I don't chicken out, that I upload it to Create Space, because I need to get these copies of these books out because of pre-sales. Yes, I had some pre-sales. Yay! So see, I was talking to myself, the people have bought the book, they bought the book, and so it's getting there. So I want to share some stuff with you, and hopefully it will motivate you to get past your fears, because that's what it's all about, just fears, and finish those projects. So my first hurdle was me. Believing in myself. Hello, welcome. Believing in myself and believing in the book. And I know that was fear. Because the book is finished. It's not like I had to start from scratch that I'm starting writing today. It was finished. I think the nervousness got into me. And then when I start talking to other writers, it's like that all the time. So I just got to be prepared that each book that I write, I'm going to freak the heck out. So I just got to get ready, you know. And it's just like, you know, putting your little person out there for the world to see. And it's a nerve-wracking thing. But I'm excited about it. You know, I like the cover. I like what's inside of it. It looks pretty good. And I think it's something that I can be very proud of. So that was that. Me. You can be your biggest issue to finishing projects. Don't be your biggest issue. Number 2, procrastination. Okay. I told you I was the queen of procrastination. You will get in yourself in your way quickly, and then you can come up with all kinds of stuff. Boy, I was doing some things. I finished putting the magazine, laying the magazine out. I did some promotion on some different things, did some scheduling. I got on Periscope and did some Periscoping. I got on Periscope and did some replays. I talked to some people. I wrote some stuff up. I did a couple of little newsletters. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. That was reading the proof. So don't let procrastination stop you. Then number 3 is not believing. Not believing that God has a plan for me. Even when I want to get in front of it, He still has a plan. He is in control when LaShaunda is completely out of control. Because yes, I was out of control last week. But God had me, you know. I sat in the car when I started thinking crazy. And I just started praying. And I asked God to help me. Help me to focus on what needs to be done today. Help me to focus on this book and know that it's a good project and that I can complete it and that I can put it out there and it's done. Once it's out there, I have no control over it. As I've learned, I have my own little circle that I'm in. I can't control anything outside of that circle, and that's fine. It took me a long time to get to that stage because I want to know what everybody's doing. I want to get everybody business. You know, you can't do that. You cannot control what's outside your circle. Stay in your circle, do what you're supposed to do, and let whatever else is supposed to happen, happen. And that's what I'm learning to do, to let God and let go. Yes, prayer and meditation is a great way to start the day. Better than vitamins. Amen. So I have some tips for you. And the first one is, I finished the book and I had to believe in it and I had to let go. That's hard. Yes, it is. It's hard to send when you're panicking and losing your mind. But you have to believe in what you're doing, especially as a writer. You have to believe in it. If you don't believe in your writing, nobody else will. So, as crazy as I am, how I do believe in my writing. I might not believe in me, but I believe in writing. So, That's tip number one, to get you past yourself. Get past yourself. Number two is I decided to sit down and read instead of keep putting it off. And so my philosophy this year is do what scares you first. If you got something that's on your list of projects to do the one that scares you to death. You are scared every time you look at it, you go, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this one? That's the one you need to be working on. That's the one you need to be completing. And that's the one you're going to be the most proud of because it scared you to death. Yep. Finishing a book scared me. And I'm going to admit that because I have 7 books in the closet that are done, but I haven't submitted them. And it's because I was scared. I was scared to submit them. I was scared to finish them. Finishing means, you got some of those too? Yeah, finishing means you're done. And you got to let somebody look at it. And it's easy to say you're a writer. I love being a writer. I've been a writer since I was 16 years old. That's a long time. I'm 48. It's been a long time saying I'm a writer with nothing to show for it. And so I'm tired of having nothing to show for it. So when you get, my mother used to always say to me, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will do something about it. And mama, I'm listening. So I'm doing something about it. I'm getting past the being sick and tired. I am going with the fear and moving it out the way and finishing these projects. And then the third one is to stay prayerful. I can't tell you nothing else. Believe in God. Trust Him. Trust Him when you are all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Trust and believe. And when it gets to that Cocoa Puff area, pray. Because that's what I do. I think that has saved me these last couple of years is praying. Praying, God help me to finish this chapter. Help me to believe that I'm going to complete this book. Help me to get through it. Help me to find the right editor who understands what I'm trying to do. Help me to find the readers that this book needs. So that's my tips for you today. To finish your project, you have to get you out the way. Get you out the way. Stop the procrastination and pray. Those are 3 good tips. They're not too hard. As you say, do it afraid. That's my new motto, and it might be yours too, to do it afraid. Don't let you stop you from completing your projects. I want to say thank you for coming in with me today. I just wanted to do a quick Sunday motivation for those who are having a little problems with fear this week. Start your day off with prayer. And it'll make a big difference once you get to work or once you get to whatever you got to do. I would like to see how you all are finishing your projects. We've got a couple of people on here if you want to talk about it. Tell me what stops you from finishing your projects. Throw something in this comment, something that's stopping you from finishing your projects. You had somebody was talking to me, now y'all all quiet. Well, what's stopping you? Something's stopping you. Are you all on track? I'm the only cuckoo bird out here. Too much on my plate, not enough time. Too much on your plate. Trying to prioritize. Yes. I think, like I said, do the one that scares you first. And then the other ones will fall right into place. And that's how you prioritize. If you do the project that's scaring you the worst, you can put the other ones down. And you have time. Believe me, you have time. You just have to schedule your time yourself. Like say for instance, you want to be a writer. You got to schedule the time to write. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, take that 15 minutes and write. When I keep getting great ideas and just too anxious. Yep, I got tons and tons of ideas. And what I do is, I'm going to give you a tip, Evernote. I love Evernote. I used to be a napkin writer. Something always comes to me when I'm sitting around and don't have any paper. Do what scares you most first. I like that. Yes. Please do that first. And I would put everything on a napkin and then couldn't find it somewhere else. So Evernote has saved my life. Whenever something comes up, I can pop it open. Even if you're in bed, and you can't find the light, you don't need it because you got your phone. You just pop your phone out, get that Evernote app, and just write your little stuff in there. And so I've got all kind of ideas. When I was doing this this book trying to come up with a title, I created a page for titles, and I just go in there and write titles because stuff will pop in at you in the middle of the night, you know. And now I do that with all kinds. If something comes up, I know I don't have time to write about it, but I want it, so I'll write maybe first chapter in it, and then just put it in Evernote, keep it, and that way I'll have it for later on. Because as a writer, your mind, you're always creative. You're always coming up with different things. Sometimes the chore just seems overwhelming. Yes, yes. And that's when the prayer comes in, because you need to focus. You need to get the peace in your head, you know, and ask God where you should go. Because sometimes you might not need to go there. It does. Yes, you might not need to go there. Sometimes I found out I was overwhelming myself. Trying to do this, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to be here, trying to be there. You can't do everything. We are not superwomen. I told somebody, I posted it the other day. You do not be superwoman. Be her friend, you know, the one, the sidekick. You ain't got to do everything. You know, that's our biggest issue. As women, we're trying to do everything. We're trying to be the best, you know, the best mommy. I remember I was trying to be the best mommy. I'm trying to be the best wife. I'm trying to be the best cook. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to do my magazine. I'm like, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's one of my terms, sorry. But, you know, and nothing was getting done. The house was still a mess. The kids was driving me crazy. Husband probably thought I was crazy too. You know, and for what? Why be perfect, you know? So my house is still a mess every now and then. Somebody calls me, say they come, I got enough time to clean up, you know, but don't overwhelm yourself. It's not worth it. And then, you know, are you having fun while you're doing it? That's what I find too. While you're doing it. If you know, I have been wanting to be a writer for so long that I wasn't doing it. I just was talking about it. You know, and when my mom died, I realized how much time that you waste doing nothing. I started signing days to different projects. Yes, that is an excellent idea, LA, to do that. That's what when I start using my calendar, I started scheduling things like that. I schedule time to promote. I schedule time to write. And like today, Sundays I usually use for, well, this is a working Sunday because I had to do the magazine, put it out online. But I usually take Sunday, every other Sunday, and schedule my promotions. I sit and watch I DVR a lot of stuff. And so that Sunday is my DVR day. So while I'm watching my little shows, I'm working on doing my scheduling together. And one of the things that I want to get back into is blogging. Sometimes when I'm focusing on something, my mind doesn't want to do the other stuff. So when I was doing the book, I didn't want to blog too much. So now I need to get back to blogging because people are coming to my site and I have nothing new. So I definitely want to have something new at least twice a week. And so that's one of the things I used to do. Chaos can't have anyone over syndromes. Oh, well, nobody been over my house and I don't know when, so I understand. Me too. My mother used to always say, why are you worried about the house? Nobody come over here anyway. Messy house, right. You know what I say? We live here. You know, people who have fantastic, immaculate houses, don't nobody live there. They just there once a week. And you got kids. If you have a house and your house is immaculate and you have kids, I have more power to you. You know, my kids, look, the 8-year-old, we have the house clean for a hot second. He comes in, all the toys want boom, 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 it's over. You know, 5 minutes at the most, you know. So I give up. I told myself, I said, boy, when they out of this house, I got to clean up again by myself. Then I said, no, I won't, because I won't have any mess. They'll be gone. So when I'm an empty nester, I'll have an immaculate house again. Yeah, right. I can dream, thank you. It's not going to happen, but I know, you know. No. So, all right, I went on a tangent. That's one of my badness. But thank you for talking to me and not making me feel like I'm alone in the room by myself at Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm not. But I just want to give you a little motivation, let you see that you can do this, that it's not that hard. You can complete projects that you really want to work on. You know, just do the hard stuff first and then work on the other things. The other things will fall in place. You know, it's so hard. I think probably next week I'll be cuckoo again because I'm going to start actually writing. I haven't wrote fiction in about a year. And so I'm really excited about that. I write historicals and I write Christian fiction and I do a little bit of sci-fi fiction. Those are the young adult stuff. And so I'm going to be working on a historical that I've put off for a while, trying to work on doing this book. So I'm a little excited about that. And I'm going to have to schedule my time to write because I just got so many other things on the plate to do. Did you say you have a magazine? Yes, Shades of Romance magazine is what it's called. I call it Soar Mag because we don't really focus on romance altogether anymore like we used to. But the first issue just came out. Not the first issue. The summer issue just came out today. It's a free subscription if you subscribe. If not, then you have to pay for the download. You can go to... I'm trying to see where you can find it at. Oh, your LaShaundaHoffman.com. I just put a link on there. So look under Sormag Digital, and you can click the link. Oh, you know what? You won't get the freebie. That's the paid version. Contact me at LaShaunda.com, and I'll send you a copy of it if you want to see it. Because the subscription is free if you subscribe. But if not, then you have to pay for the download. But we've been online 15 years, and this issue is about editing. I learned so much about editing when I was doing my book, and so me and my editor decided that we would dedicate an issue to editing because it is so important. I've met so many writers who refuse to pay for editing, and I think that it really hinders their writing. It hurts their sales. People think just because you got 5 or 6 books out there that you're doing good, but if the books aren't edited right, people aren't going to buy them, and they're going to tell people not to buy them. Yes, indeed. And so, you know, I want the writers that I meet, the writers that I work with, to put out the best that they can put out, because this is your legacy. 50 years from now, you want somebody to read your book and go, wow, this is good. That's my dream. I want to be the Little House of the Prairie books. You know, those books been out for almost 100 years. You know, that's how you want your books to be. That's the legacy that you want to leave behind. And you don't want to leave a legacy of errors. You know, people make mistakes. There's always a typo in a book. That's common. But to make lots and lots of mistakes in your book is not right. That's not good. And people don't want to pay for that. Money is tight. So you want a good book that you don't got to be flipping through going, what in the world? You know, and editing costs money. Yes, it does. But this is your baby. You know, you go out there when it's your baby, your real baby, you go get the best. And that's what you do for your books. Get the best so you can so when your readers read it, they're excited about it. They know that you are giving them some good content, and they will come back and buy the next book, you know. So that's my little tip on editing. All right, I'm not following you. I'm now following you. Thanks and got around. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie, for popping in. It was really great talking to you. I am going to call it an evening, too, because I don't want to keep you up late. It's 10-something here, and probably later than that is somewhere else around the world. But I just want to encourage you to complete your projects and know that you can complete them and you can get past yourself, because sometimes we can be a hinder to ourselves. But don't be that way. Get out there and do what you need to do. Get your projects done and have fun. And I'm hoping you have a great week next week. I will be here. I've changed my days. I'm going to do a little more. I'm going to hopefully do some scoping on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and maybe Saturdays. It looks like now Sunday since I'm doing that. You're welcome. And if you have a book, this is what I'm going to ask you. If you have a book, come into on Thursdays and brag about your book. That's my new project that I'm working on, Periscoping. I'm trying to introduce writers to Periscoping. They don't think it's a new place to come to, and I think it's a great platform for writers to connect with some readers. So if you have a book, come into on Thursday at 8 o'clock. That's the only one time I have a set time, 8 o'clock Central Time, and you can promote your books. Oh, yeah, okay, great. I'll help you be there and come talk about your books. And you know what? I don't even have a limit on it. If nobody shows up, then you can talk about all your books. That's what you want to do. So I'll see you guys next week. You have a blessed evening. And I can't think of what else I wanted to say. Oh, I'm LaShaunda Hoffman, just in case I didn't say that. I am with the Shades of Romance magazine, and I'm soon to be a published author. Soon. Check me out at LaShaundaHoffman.com. All my little information is there. You can contact me. You can get I got some digital freebies on there. And I hope you have a great evening, and what is one thing I want to say? Don't let your fears stop you from completing your projects. Get out there and work and do the fear stuff first. Have a great evening.